Hi guys, welcome back to Home Life with Rebecca. Our new curtains came. I like them so much better because they do like the little V thing at the top, and then also when they're closed, they close all the way so there's no gap. So we're going to be sending the other ones back that are right there, and I'm pretty happy with these. So good morning. I thought I would sit right here, a little bit of a different view so you can get all the pretty colors back there, although I don't know how good it looks on this camera. This is my phone. Just having my green smoothie with the bloom in it. I drink one of these almost every day. So good. So a few things. I did my workout today. I was gonna go on a walk too, but it is raining, so it's pretty wet out there. I might still go later this afternoon. Maybe it'll die down, but really don't feel like being that wet. But I did do my buns of steel, and I started a 21-day yoga challenge from the Sarah Beth YouTube channel. And the challenge is free if you go over to her YouTube channel. Just sign up for it, just put your email in, and then every morning she will email you the video that you need to do, and they're like 5 to 10 minutes. I think the longest one on there for the 21 days is only 15 minutes, so very, very doable. And I did my 6-minute, well, it's 5 minutes total arm workout, 6 minutes because she talks for like a minute. But I got some comments about my nails, so I wanted to tell you the story about my gel nails. So for Christmas, my husband had gotten me a gift certificate to get my nails done, and I asked him, I'm like, how come you picked this place? Because it's kind of not close to our house, and it's kind of like an off the wall place, and I don't know, there's so many other places that are closer. And he told me, well, it was just where I was working that day, so it was just right there, so I just went over there and got the gift card. I have always had anxiety getting my nails done. I feel like I've never had good luck. I never know what to ask for. I've just never really been into nails. I bite my nails. I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten like fake nails. I think I've gotten acrylic 3 times, and this was the 2nd time that I've gotten gel. Sorry, the dryer was going. But I don't know, I've just never had luck. And now I like the way they look on people, but I also don't feel like they last very long on me, the acrylic or the gel, because I'm constantly cleaning and washing my hands, and it just, I don't know. So I was like, well, maybe I can use it and just go get a couple manicures and pedicures with it, because the gift card was for $60. Well, right before we went on our trip overnight for our birthdays, my husband was like, oh, you're gonna get your nails done. And he actually likes the way like gel nails and acrylic nails look on. He's always liked it on women. He likes the way it looked on me the couple times I've had it. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and get some gel nails. But I looked on Pinterest and I see all these cute pictures, and I'm like, okay, does that stuff cost more? Because I'm working with a limited amount of funds. And so I go into this place, and right away I want to turn around and walk out, because it just is very cluttered. As soon as I walk in, the guy was like, pick a color. And I'm like, you don't even know what I want yet. And I'm like, do you do gel nails? And he goes, yes, pick a color. And he like points to this little rack with all these little fake nails on it with all these different colors. And now I'm not a seasoned nail person, so I don't know the drill. So they're probably very used to people coming in there and knowing what they want, picking a color, like all that kind of stuff. So I picked a color, and then this other lady, there's only 2 people working, she told me to go ahead and sit down. And so I did, and she's like, did you pick a color? And I'm like, all of a sudden like super overwhelmed, because there's like a gazillion colors on this like tray of fake nails, and I'm like, I felt like she was rushing me. even though there was nobody else in there. And so I'm like trying to look, and I'm like, okay, I guess this one. And I gave her the number. She didn't write it down. She didn't look at it. And she was like, okay. She's like, and I told her I want gel nails, and I told her the length that I wanted. And I said, I want them more rounded. And so she starts doing my nails, and she's getting, I look like acrylics, and she was trying to glue them. And I'm like, again, I don't know anything about nails, but I'm like, I thought gel wasn't where they had to put the fake nail on. I thought it was just polish. I don't know. I don't know anything about nails. And when I get in those kind of situations, I tend to like freeze up. Like in my head, my voice is going, ask what she's doing, but I tend to just not say anything. I don't know why I get that way when I'm super overwhelmed or anxious or uncomfortable. It's like I just shut down. My brain's still going, well, obviously, or wouldn't be, you know, alive, but I can't seem to get my words out. And then she was like telling me, so I gotta do this because your nail too short. And I was like, okay. And yeah, my nails are in bad shape. My cuticles were really bad. Like I get it. And so she's trying to like glue this nail on, and the glue would not stick on the nail. No matter how hard she was pressing, it would just keep popping back up. And I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe I finally did speak up, and I'm like, maybe I'll just get a regular manicure. Maybe let's not do this. And she goes, no, it's fine. She's pressing, and it's like hurting. She's pressing so hard. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And so she just kept going, and she was really, really rough. And she finally got the glue to stick, and I don't know why it wasn't working. And I'm looking at her table, and it's gonna be honest, it's not the cleanest. It wasn't like there's a lot of dust. It just was kind of not good. And my mind's like, you really should not be in here. So she's going along, and she finally got them to stick, and she's doing the little buzzing thing, I don't even know what it's called, the tool where the stuff's flying everywhere. And she gets down here, I was on this finger, and all of a sudden I just start bleeding. And it would not stop. And so she's like, go wash your hands. So she's like, I go and wash my hands. She's like, but don't use soap. I'm like, okay. And I go back and sit down, and it just won't stop bleeding. And she just keeps trying to like hold it, like put the pressure on it. And I mean, it wasn't like bleeding super bad, but enough that it was annoying that she couldn't continue with what she was doing. And then she has the audacity to tell me, you know, this is your fault because you don't take care of your cuticles. And I was like, really, lady? For real? I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking, because I'm like, I know my cuticles are bad. And maybe it is technically my fault for having bad cuticles, but you're being rough, and you're not supposed to say stuff like that to your paying customers. She probably had to put some weird glue stuff on there to get it to stop bleeding. And then when she was like filing my nails, she was like filing so hard that she was like stabbing her other hand, like, because her hand's in the back of my hand. She's like into her own hand, and she was going so hard, you guys. She was wearing like, I'm not trying to be mean, okay, but she was wearing like a button-up blouse, and it was a little bit tight on her chest. And as she's doing this, her boobie's trying to pop out of her blouse. And I'm like trying to look everywhere but, you know, at what's happening. And I've always felt uncomfortable getting my nails too, because most of the time they speak Vietnamese, and I always feel like they're talking about me to the other people in there, the other people that work there. And so it's kind of uncomfortable. But this was worse, because besides telling me that my cuticles were horrible, and that it was my fault, she said nothing. She didn't talk to the one other guy that was working in there. The only thing she said was when a couple other people walked in to get like waxes and some nails, she'd pick a color. I'd be 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, wanted to tell those people, run, like, don't come in here, especially if you're gonna get waxed. Like, I would not. Anyway, so Then she goes, and it's finally time to put the color on my nails, and she does like 3 nails, and I'm horrified. I'm like looking, and I'm like thinking, that is not the color that I picked. And she gets done with one hand, she goes, you like? And I'm like, say something. And I was like, that's not the color I picked. At this point, I can't even remember what color I picked. And she goes, oh, okay, you want to start over? And I was like, no, just finish. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. And so they did end up giving me half for what it cost. I think it was like $30 something to get it done. So I didn't have to pay the full price because she did put the wrong color on. And they were okay. They were just super, super bright, a little bit too bright on my hands. If it would have been the tip like how I got the next time, I would have been probably okay with it. But, oh, and she made them square, and she made them way too long. Like, I don't do good with long nails, and I didn't want the square. So I was like, whatever. Okay, so fast forward 2.5 weeks later. I've still got money to use. I called and I said, I don't know if I can use this again. Can I just get the money back? Like, and they said no. And it says on the gift card, no cash back. So I was like, you know, there's still quite a good amount of money on there. And with my frugal brain, I'm like, I don't want to, you know, waste it. And the place is horrible. I don't want to send one of my girls there. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go back and get a fill. Like, surely it won't be as bad as the first time. So I went back, and this time it was the same thing, pick a color. So I sat down, I did not pick a color. I waited until it was a different guy, and I'm like, oh good, it's a different guy, so maybe it'll be better, it won't be as rough. Place still doesn't seem very clean inside. I mean, it wasn't like dirty where I thought I was like gonna get an infection or anything, but oh, when that lady like had made me bleed, she was like using paper towels, and she was just throwing them like on the little table or desk or whatever workstation. Like, I'm like, ew, like, don't you have a trash can like to throw that crap away? Anyway, so I'm sitting there with this guy, and he's like, pick a color. Like, they're just rude. And I'm like, I don't want to pick a color. And so at this time I had screenshot pictures of the length that I wanted and like maybe some colors or something that I wanted. So I showed him, and it was this really cool like gel, like tie-dyed looking thing, just very short and rounded. And he goes, we don't have that. And I was like, okay. And I had looked some other different colors that they had that were kind of like shimmery. He goes, well, that costs more. And I was like, okay. So I told him, well, I want this color then, but I only want the tip. And he goes, well, that costs more too. And I'm like, okay, well, I have money to spend. I have a gift card, so that's fine. Like, I felt like he just didn't want to do it because this takes longer than just putting the color on or the airbrush design or whatever it was that I was trying to show him. I can guarantee you they could probably have done it. I mean, I don't know. I see people with that kind of stuff all the time, but I think they just didn't want to. They just want to do what's easiest. And he wasn't as rough as the lady, but he just was doing like a very poor job. At one point he made me bleed. He did stop the bleeding better than the other lady, but then at another point he made himself bleed. I don't even know how. And oh no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. At one point he made me bleed. It was just a small amount of blood, like it just like was bubbled up, but he never wiped it. Like, he never got a tissue and wiped my bleeding. But when he made himself bleed, he was taking care of himself and wiping it, which great. I don't want his blood touching me. Gross, especially since I'm bleeding. But I finally had to tell him stop so I can get a tissue and clean myself and go wash my hands. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? That is so unsanitary and dangerous. I'm bleeding and he's bleeding. So at this point again, my insides are starting to like feel really wrong, and I just want to get up and get out of there. Like, and he's just feels like he's rushing and not doing a good job, which at one point I'm like, okay, you're rushing, it's not a good job, but at the same time, I just want the heck out of this place. I never want to see these people again. I never want to come back in here again. He's doing a horrible job, which thank you for whoever said my nails look good. They've been on not even 2 weeks and they're already lifting. I don't even know if this is gel. It feels like it's acrylic. I have no idea what the heck is happening. But when he was almost done, he kept asking me, like the last 5 minutes I was in there, are you okay? And in my head, I was like, no, I'm not okay. Your business is terrible. But I was just like, yeah, because I just wanted to go home. And I think he sensed that, because when I went up to pay, I didn't leave a tip and I still had some money left on that gift card, and I said, I want the rest of that cash back. Like, I finally spoke up, and he was like, okay, and he gave me the rest of the cash back. Needless to say, I will not be going back to that place, and I need to go leave them a very bad review. I haven't done it yet. I did get on what is it where you can Yelp or whatever, and every person that wrote a review, it got, this place had like 1 star. Like, it was so bad. Everybody complained about how terrible this place is, and my husband like felt so bad, but I'm like, okay, it's done. I used the gift card. So my daughter Jillian's birthday, she's gonna be 13, and for her 13th birthday, all she's asked for is to get her nails done. I told her I absolutely well, first of all, we're not going to that place, but I told her, you're absolutely not getting acrylic nails. It's horrible for your nails. Gel nails isn't even good for your nails, but I'm going to go ahead and let her get the gel. And I have birthday money set aside, and I'm either gonna, these are probably gonna fall off before next Friday when it's her birthday anyways, or I pick them off because I can't stand them. But if they don't, if I can manage, you know, 1 more week, I might get 1 more fill and show. I'm gonna go back to the place I went to when we first moved here, and I got gel nails. I really liked that place. It was very clean inside. It was very friendly. They did a very nice job. I'll just get a fill, and then I'll let her get some gel nails, and I have to go over the budget with my husband, but if she doesn't want anything else, I might, me and her might get a pedicure as well. But if she wants to like go out to dinner or do something else, then probably just the nails. Or maybe I'll just have, if they're already off, maybe I'll just have them fix up my normal nail really good and just get like a regular manicure with like clear nail polish so my nails can start growing properly again. But I was really bummed because I really liked the little tie-dye picture that I found on Pinterest of how I wanted my nails done. And I'll go ahead and put the picture on here at the end of this video so you guys can see how off they were. I had 3 pictures that I showed them. So I'll go ahead and post the, well, not 3. I had 2 pictures that I showed them, and how off they were, because not only is the length too long, but they're squared, they're not rounded. I don't know. It was just a really bad experience, and I'm glad it's over. But anybody else, any seasoned nail people out there, like, I just felt like that was a really bad nail salon, and it makes me never want to get my nails done ever again. I feel like this is why I don't like to go, because I just seem to have the worst luck, except for the first place I went to when I first moved here. And I'm pretty sure it's still there because it's been 6 years now. But yeah, that's my nail salon story of gel, acrylic. I don't even know what they are. I just can't wait till they're not looking like this anymore. All right, guys, it's Chicken Tendies, and if you have any advice for growing out your nails, I've got some stuff, but I'm just not good at doing my nails. I'm not sure how. I've seen a couple websites for different kind of gel nails that are better for your nails that you can do at home, but it's one of those subscription things where you have to pay every month, and I feel like, I don't know, that might be just as expensive as going to get your fill every few weeks. So let me know what you guys all think, and I will talk to you guys later. Chicken Tendies, bye.